What's up, guys? Bring you another week of all things football. It's the Bench Talk podcast hosted by the Garu Boyz. It's your boy J8, formerly of Liverpool, now of Crystal Palace. And today we got
your boy Damian Johnson. Just Ron. Yeah, Arsenal, still Arsenal, not a sellout.
Back again with Shola. Still Chelsea.
Back again with your
Pressure.
Back again with your boy Dan. You know, Man United, you know how it is.
the
Red
greed in
Devils.
football.
The what?
Greed in football. What's going on?
Talking about greed, fam.
Right, let's jump straight into things. So, what we're going to jump in, first thing on the podcast, the normal. Did your team win this weekend? Couple of games, couple of things. First one we're going to go to is oh, you
looking at it.
see that? They can't
No one
see
else
that. But obviously, yeah. Arsenal, Fulham, 1-1 draw.
Alright,
And you got anything to say for your club?
it's just another day in the office for an Arsenal fan. This club is a mess. A serious mess. I said 1-1 to Fulham. They basically relegated, so it's like, oh, nah, man.
Do you need to load up that Ray nephew for you?
No, not today. Still, reasons. Behind closed doors, reasons.
Oh.
Excuses.
It's low.
It's low.
No, that game was. I think we had like
You know what I
couple
heard?
shots on what.
I heard that if you don't take the shot now, it doubles up for, you know.
I've
builds
heard a few things. Nothing's been confirmed yet. Nothing's been confirmed
up.
yet.
Just give us a quick overview of the game. I didn't get to watch the full thing, so I didn't really. So just tell us.
1-1. We had a disallowed goal. Arsenal shit. Next.
Actually, I saw the disallowed goal. So it was
Oh
a bit,
yeah,
it was like a little tinky toe. Like it was,
That is BS. But
when is
then
it gonna stop?
their goal was given. Basically the same thing. They need to change it up. Man.
Penalty?
No,
I thought you scored a penalty.
They scored
No.
a penalty.
No,
yeah,
Yeah.
they scored a pen.
but there was a VAR in it before it got to that.
Oh,
It was when how they won the pen because it was Gabriel and Aina. They was basically in the same line. It was basically like Saka's one. But yeah, if the VAR needs to change it up. I don't know if it's VAR or the refs. Just something needs to change because the way they're giving offsides, one's not on, one's off. That is silly. The margin of error needs to change, not this rubbish that they're doing.
There's no
Yeah, man.
consistency. at
Exactly.
all, like.
it's just every week is something new with VAR. They either got the lines wrong or it's just toe
Isn't it?
offside. Like the decisions are just so close that it's too hard to tell. You can't even tell as like with the naked eye. And then now you go into this, like you should give some like not margin of error, but you know it used to be all about the benefit of the striker.
Yeah, benefit of the doubt.
But now it's I don't know.
Isn't it? What was I gonna say? Oh shit! She just left my head again. Man, Arsenal, that's what you do to me.
Severe headache.
Arsenal's fucking up with our brain.
Let's move on to obviously FA Cup weekend. We had a big win for Chelsea against Manchester City. They pulled it off.
What can I say? Easy win, innit?
1-0.
Easy win for us, innit? That's all we do.
You're holding off for dear life.
I watched that game, and I was almost falling asleep.
They didn't create no
They
chances.
didn't create anything. The City were
And
just
we missed
so
a couple
flat,
chances.
and they were so. Chelsea looked like from us like the first 30 minutes. I said Chelsea are gonna win this game. Like, I just saw it, and I was like, you know what, this game was set up for Chelsea to win. City was playing the high line, but they weren't really getting back, and Chelsea were just getting in behind quite a few times. Ziyech should have had at least 2 goals. Feel like Chelsea fully deserved the game. Man City didn't create anything. Raheem Sterling, he just had an off, serious off game.
He's
Like
been dead this season.
He's
still.
dry.
serious off game.
season
Like
he's been
every
dry.
time he got the ball, it was just the pass was just not there. He wasn't linking the play.
The dribbling.
Yeah.
I can't lie though. You see, with City, I feel like they lose on purpose sometimes.
Do you think they didn't care about that game? Like
That's how I feel. Yeah, that's something
It
I
kind of
feel
felt
like.
like they
that.
didn't give a damn.
Like, they had
They weren't trying. like.
exactly. There was
Yeah,
zero
there was
intensity.
No energy.
Yeah.
But then obviously it goes back to what they were saying like online and stuff. Like, do City have the spirit?
I don't think it's even that. I just feel like even in the Champions League, City will just do something where it's like Pep doesn't even care about the game. Like he'll move that. It's just weird. Like they could easily win a game, but they just don't do it for some reason.
It
Like,
didn't seem like City.
Or maybe
seem like
Pep's doing that overthinking thing again.
no, but
Nah,
this
I
one
don't
again,
think
you
it
know,
was
it just like they
overthinking.
didn't want to be there. It's
Like,
just-
this wasn't these priorities.
Is it?
Like,
But it's just a one-off game. It should be your priority, innit?
I think I do as well, but it's just like he didn't care. It's
He made like 8 changes,
whenever
I think.
Pep loses, it's his fault. It's not like the team done way better. It's just his fault. Like,
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, that's what I feel
So
like. That
obviously
game.
we've got to show. Or obviously we've got Leicester and Southampton. Leicester won.
I
They
don't see the game.
they beat Southampton 1-0.
Uncle
Iheanacho
Kelechi.
is- he bagged again.
Senior man.
Senior man.
He's their top scorer now. He's part of Vardy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Serious.
He's a
So-
force, that's way.
Huh?
15.
He's got 15. Vardy's on
Yeah,
14.
so obviously it's a Chelsea v Leicester final. I think. Obviously, what do you think of Chelsea's chances of winning the double this season?
We should win the FA. If we don't win the FA Cup, I'm going to be upset. But Leicester are a good side, anyway. They're above us, but hopefully we win that one. The double, the Champions League, innit?
Yeah, you forgot about that one. Obviously,
I was hoping it was a Carling Cup.
obviously, yeah. Obviously, I think most people are gonna be rooting for Leicester in the FA Cup because with more pressing matters as of yesterday night, some serious news came out the woodwork, and we're hearing talks of a European Super League. Obviously, is anyone gonna explain to our viewers who maybe don't know what the European Super League is, or
I've
what
got it
it's
up
meant,
here.
or what it's proposed?
Basically, the top teams basically think they're too good for everyone. That's what it really is.
Yeah.
Everyone else is like, "Who are you? We're the best, and you're not." That's what it really is. But it's just
So right now it's basically not a group, but a group of 12 teams.
12 founding clubs.
12 founding clubs, 6 from the Premier League, the big 6. 3 from Italy and 3 from
La Liga.
From Spain, Spain, who have decided to create a breakaway European tournament where they'll be the founding members. They can't be relegated, and they've got a new format of European football.
Yeah, so just obviously it's teams will be placed into 2 groups of 10. Then teams will play each other home and away. Then it'll be followed by a knockout stages, kind of like a World Cup style kind of thing. So yeah, all games are midweek, so it doesn't affect domestic league. It doesn't affect their league. So all this FA and that saying they're gonna come out the league.
Well, we'll get into that, innit? Obviously.
Yeah. Then obviously there's 12 founding clubs with 3 more due to join them, and then the 15 clubs they'll govern the tournament, and then 5 others will qualify each season. So yeah, that's really.
Did you mention? Obviously, it was they faced obviously 2 groups of 10, innit? You
Yeah,
said that,
2
innit?
groups of 10. Yeah. So I
So,
don't know.
Obviously, let's start here. Obviously, so what are you guys? Do you agree with the Super League or not? Obviously, we'll go around and see what everybody's thoughts on it is. You want to start? Dan, do you want to start? What's your thoughts on the Super League?
I don't agree with it at all. You know, I think it's just taking away the beautiful game that we like grew up watching, and I think we'll just get boring over time. Like literally no relegation, like, no promotion. Like like what are they playing for? Like you know what I mean? Like
I get it still.
Yeah.
At the start, it might be exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you play Real Madrid.
I feel like the
Barca.
first,
What do you? What do you think
Nah,
of Shola?
toss it off, man. I don't want it. Fam. Toss that shit off.
What do you
fam.
think of it?
I don't want it. I think it's dumb. I think it's just a ploy for the the rich to get richer. Basically, the rich love getting richer. That's what it is. And yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I don't agree with it, and hopefully it just gets disbanded quickly.
See, on the other hand, I'm a big fan of the Super League. I think that is just an amazing thing. That is the best thing to happen to football. I'm joking. I'm against the Super League as well. I just think that basically it's just as Shola said, it's a way for the teams, the big teams to stay at the top. Obviously, it's a tournament where you're going to be facing, like, it takes away the authenticity of these special games. You know, usually you got Real Madrid and Liverpool, Chelsea and and Juventus, those are meant to be special games in the Champions League, which you build up for. Not that, oh, you know what, we got Juventus away next week. Like, it's a normal thing. It's not meant to be a normal thing like that.
Yeah.
It's meant to be a special occasion. And then furthermore, you've got teams like Leicester, West Ham this season who are trying their hardest to break into the Champions League, which is a special thing for them. And now that's suddenly been stripped away from them. So then now what is the point of playing for top 4 in the Prem? Like, all you're playing for, it might be the Premier League. You're not playing for the top 4 anymore, because these now teams who could now finish in, they could even be relegated. They'll still be going to the European Super League and getting their big money.
Shaka.
Exactly. So what is really, like, there's no, it just feels like football's just being taken away. Basically, it's just being like, I don't like it.
Yeah. Personally, when it broke, I can't lie, I was thinking, what the hell is going on? Like, I thought it would be boring, like playing against the same teams every week. Like, it took away the excitement of the big games coming, like once or twice a season, innit? But as time's gone by, I've accepted it. You know, I've accepted that this is football. This is the future of sport.
Yeah, but there's a thing.
So you're a supporter of it.
There's a difference between of accepting and agreeing, bro.
No, Ron agrees. Ron loves it.
You know what? Arsenal have been in the gutter for so long.
All that money.
He said yes. This is our time. Arsenal are back on top.
Hey,
No more years of stardom. No more nothing.
Arsenal back at the top.
Arsenal back at the top.
Don't tell me about gutter.
No more money.
Don't tell me about gutter.
No more money problems. Our problems are over, because apparently each founding member will be injected of £350 billion.
No. It's 3.5 billion shared. Let's get this straight.
Sure?
1,000,000% sure. But let's go back to your gutter comment. 2-3 years ago, you was in that gutter. So don't tell me that about gutter. Do you want to, for 2 years running there, you think your dog's bollocks?
Yeah,
your Liverpool Football Club was finishing 8th, 6th, 5 seasons ago. So don't tell me about gutter.
Yeah, and Liverpool put things in place, but Liverpool are still at the forefront of this proposed.
And we're going there together to enjoy ourselves.
Holding hands.
You can't hit from the other side of the club. You can't even get
in. But yeah, I'm not too against it, if I'm being honest. Like, it's the future of the sport, isn't it? Like,
but don't you feel it will just get boring? Like, Chelsea ain't played Real Madrid in how long?
The format of this Super League, it's 2 groups of 10 teams. The top maybe
I think it's
4.
I think it's
top 4.
Is it 4 on both?
Yeah.
The top 4 from each group go through and play a knockout round. That
basically just like the World Cup.
Yeah, it goes from August all the way to May. So
yeah,
but I'm not too opposed. I'm not really opposed to it, because
might be even more taxing on the players. Like, Liverpool have had enough injuries this season. When you're telling Jurgen Klopp that he's got to face Arsenal one week, then he's got Barcelona away, and he's got to go back and face Manchester City at home.
It's what happens in the Champions League right now.
Yeah,
but sometimes you can have a bit of rest when you got to face Ludogorets and that.
Yeah, but this is what people want. In the grand scheme of things, people are just gonna accept it, because you have to accept it. You're gonna have to agree, but you accept it.
So you're gonna access it, but
if it happens, it happens. Who am I in this?
It's a porn, fam.
In this big system.
No, but I'm not. The reason why is because it's just the future of it. Because if these clubs didn't do it, someone else is gonna do it.
But it didn't need to happen in the first place. Everything was fine. Football was getting destroyed slowly, but this is killing it.
This was in the works from years ago, so it was going to happen, whether you like it or not. If they did not do it, FIFA or UEFA would have done it. It's just
I didn't think it would happen so soon, though.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Someone, like 10 years from now.
Someone tweeted it. Let me get the tweet. They were like, "Nah, I know this Super League thing has been in the works but the way this came out of nowhere, it's like whoa. But in your head, you knew it was coming.
Parents talk about it.
Exactly.
Because I've been seeing a few things about this new proposed league, but I just thought, it's a bit of
talk, innit?
A bit of Twitter.
I thought it would never happen.
I was just doing the rounds on Twitter, a bit of here and there, and then just one Sunday evening, ping, ping, everything just coming out.
Getting
Like,
ready
at
for
first,
bed.
you see the first tweet, you're thinking, oh, what's this nonsense again? And then just some more credible sources start coming out. You're thinking, oh, what's going on there?
When I saw Arsenal tweet, we are one of the founders. I was like, oh shit, it's happening.
Hey, this is on for real.
When you see club statement,
I was
like, oh fuck.
Like, I wasn't even active last night. I woke up this morning. Yeah, I went onto Twitter and I just see one Steve from Liverpool just be like, I've loved this club for 25, like for all my life. I don't know how it's come to this. The fans, the disappointment. I thought, what's going on at Liverpool? What's happened there? I was thinking the worst. I start scrolling down. I start seeing Super League. I think, oh, what's going on there? Look at the group chat and just seeing all this Super League stuff. I'm thinking, where's this all come from? Like literally just come from nowhere. It's like it just had to break. It's like it was on breaking point. People have stood down. Like it's just all crazy. It's just been a crazy 24 hours of football.
Are you lot upset with your club's decision to join the Super League?
Yeah, but I don't blame Chelsea in it. Chelsea was backed. From reports, Chelsea was backed into a corner.
Well, big Chelsea backed into a corner.
Big London club.
Roman Abramovich. They threatened Roman in the corner.
Yeah, wow. Chelsea's only one of the only clubs that don't have American owners. You lot got American owners, American. So
you're telling me they got Roman one-on-one in the room and they said,
basically,
if you don't sign this life sentence of 23 years,
go on.
If you don't sign this life sentence of 23 years, bro,
hey, 23 years is a joke as well.
Americans rule the world. Is that what you're saying?
Money rules the world, but Americans got a lot of money. So it goes hand in hand, doesn't it? But yeah, man, Chelsea.
So you think it was forced?
It was forced because he actually you lot's owners don't care about. They don't know what football is basically.
They know what soccer is, so they know what football is.
They think football is the one where they throw it. But yeah. Yeah, I think
Don't let Moses say that.
And Moses been petitioning for this to happen. He's got some stakes in this. I know he does. For real. But yeah, I think Roman's just backed into a corner. He saw every other big six club is going to do it in it.
It's bigger than football.
Bigger than football.
Just,
he can't afford to get left behind.
You can't afford. Yeah. Like, when the paper is probably laid out to him, or the project was laid out to him, and he's probably been like, no, I'm not too keen. And then he's seen who's involved. They're like, yeah, I'm on board. It's like his rivals. His rivals are leading Liverpool, United,
Arsenal,
Tottenham, Real Madrid.
I thought you about the English team.
See, I'm just saying in general that his rivals are leading this new Super League experience, and you're gonna say, nah, I don't want to be involved. In 5 years when they got all the big players and you're left with scraps,
the likes of me, fam.
But it's true what you're saying.
You will listen when you're dead. You will listen when you're dead.
Nah, it's true still. Like, if you didn't accept, let's say Chelsea, if you didn't accept the invitation, another club is going to accept it. Because in the grand scheme of things, everybody wants to be involved in it because it's more money. Yeah. And like what they were saying, the insider was saying, money comes first, then all the other stuff comes second. So it's always about money, and clubs want money. They're not gonna say, "Oh, we're not gonna take it because this and that." Yeah. If they was invited, they would go. They would accept the invitation.
You got to look at it like we're looking at it as fans. We're not like these big owners of the club. We're fans. We have how we feel. We don't agree with it because we feel like it's just ruining football. It's ruining competition. Yeah. Like it's ruining all of that thing. But then obviously, you got the owner of a multi-billion-pound companies, which is football. You've got like a project saying to them, we can offer you this much money if you take this deal. There's been COVID, like clubs have been losing money. Like they're injecting it with money to improve the infrastructure throughout like the COVID pandemic.
Well, that's one thing I don't agree with. Like, it was in a pandemic, but these men were planning this like the whole time. People in clubs were losing jobs, but they had this in the works. That I don't agree with, but carry on.
Offering them like they're offering these clubs a life changing kind of experience. How like as an owner of a club as an owner of a because obviously the football's a business as well. At the same time, if an owner of business, who are you to turn down like this big opportunity of massive revenue, profits, everything? How are you going to be able to turn that down? Like, because they're probably thinking about themselves as well.
Yeah,
like,
that's
what I'm gonna do with that. Like, this is life changing for me.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna go down in history as one of the founders. That is your name there forever. No one can take that away. Selfish. Everyone's being selfish in this. Like FIFA
they're
saying about deep bans here, bans there, but really and truly, they can't really do anything because they're just upset that someone else has gone and done it and not them. That's what I think.
Do you think FIFA would have done it themselves?
100%. Look at the new format they're bringing for the Champions League.
The thing
It's all for money. They're just upset that someone's come and bought something that's even bigger than them. Someone has gone against them. They're not happy about that. But look at the corruption FIFA's gone. They gave they gave a World Cup to Qatar. Why are they not speaking about that?
Yeah, that's what I was about to lead into. Like, one thing that obviously is a positive is just like it's an eye opener for UEFA and FIFA. Like, you know, they've done a few things over the years. Obviously, with like Ron said, with the World Cup 2022, the stadiums are not even built.
Exactly,
they're not built. So what?
The conditions of the people that are working on it.
How is it a nation who's now having stress to build stadiums in like infrastructure? Why are they being given like to host the World Cup
in the winter?
I'll get onto that, but why are they being given to host the World Cup over a nation like America who has the stadium ready? Because I think America were in the 2022 bid. So I think England were 2018, but and Russia got over them, and Russia was still. I think there was
corruption there as well.
When England, when England had the stadiums ready, and Russia still had to build stadiums, and Russia were giving it, and obviously England thought they were getting it. They thought it was all sweet and good on the day. There was just silence. You know, people started acting off. Obviously it got done together. So then Russia got it, then Qatar got it, America lost out, and then people are just left in the dark.
Exactly.
And then moving on to. Why now you're talking about this Super League will ruin football, etc., etc. But for one, you're moving the World Cup to the winter. We've never had a World Cup in the winter. We're not. That's not what. That's not. We don't play our World Cup in the middle of the season. That's not when the World Cup's meant to be played. We played the World Cup in the summer when everybody's, you know,
exactly. It's just what you're saying.
Everybody's finished their season. You're not. Why are you sending players mid-season to go play in the biggest competition in world football? In the middle of the season.
And that's just FIFA. And on UEFA, look at the Europa League final. Why the hell was that in Baku? Why the hell was that? And they gave Chelsea and Arsenal 6,000 tickets for their fans. What does that shows they don't even care about. They don't even care about people like us. That's why I'm not against it, because you say this and that, but look at all the amount it is to pay to go to games, season tickets, match tickets, TV deals, all of that. It's nothing to do with fans have to pay this, but it's now integrity of the sport. When FIFA and UEFA already ruined it how many years ago?
You're right, still.
UEFA are out there saying, I've been there for you since day one, Florentino. Since day one. He stabbed them in the back. He was planning this all along. But the thing is, obviously they proposed this new Champions League format, but clubs like, I don't know, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Liverpool, Man United, all like the big clubs, they've been petitioning, like they've been saying this is what we can do to improve the Champions League, and like UEFA have just been ignoring. They've just kept like throwing it to the side, saying, you know, we're doing what we're doing. We don't really like care, like kind of thing. And they've been saying this is what we want. This is how we want to improve the quality of football. But now all of a sudden, now that a new thing has come along to take, you know, the massive amounts of money which like these clubs make for them through the Champions League, now they have something to scream about. Another thing, when there's all these like with FIFA and UEFA, when there's all these shouts for racism, it's just like we're doing what we can. But now, it's all. But now their money's in trouble. It's just all screams and cries like you can't do this, or
literally. It just shows that they don't really care about like black people.
Exactly.
Just they care about the money.
Yeah,
that's what it shows that they care about. Oh yeah, they're threatening. Oh, you can't play in the World Cup. You can't play. Like you can't play for your national team.
Yeah, that's bogus.
What do you think about that?
I don't think they're going to be able to put that through. Exactly. I feel like they just threaten it just to throw it as a bluff, because I think they're desperate. I think that they're just trying to, do anything they can to try and get a turnaround. But in reality, they know that they're in trouble. Like they can't just say we're gonna ban you from we're gonna ban you from these competitions, because these with a Super League, there must have been, obviously it's been 14 years in the making. These things must have been thought of by the Super League, saying, what are the implications going to be if they decide to do this or that. So they must have done their research and said, they must have said that the clubs must have asked, what's going to happen to us? They must have been like, you won't be banned because we've put this and this in place. Obviously, I've seen something on Twitter already saying that they already have a protection against being banned from the league and stuff. Yeah, I saw something like that. So I don't feel
FIFA and FIFA have FIFA does FIFA have power to just
they do have power to ban them.
It's FIFA World Cup, innit?
They have power to ban them, but then it does, like, if the clubs like the founder members go against the ban, saying no, we're not having this, it will go to like CAS, the arbitration of sport, and then when it goes to them, that can get overturned. Just like with Manchester City's ban, it went to CAS and it got overturned. Like UEFA, it gave them the 2-year ban, and then they went there, they argued their case, and they bust case.
Also, on to Dan said about the international thing, are you gonna tell me people are gonna want to watch the World Cup without elite players?
It's true, still.
I'm not trying to do that.
Exactly. No one wants to do that.
I saw that England 23 that team look dead.
No one's
that
there.
team
10
was
players like
Connor
Cody,
Sam
Pickford,
Johnston,
Mings.
bro.
No one's gonna want to watch that. Like,
it was dead still.
The Euros, if none know all the France's top players, England's top players, Portugal, none of them. No one is going to watch it because
you're right, still.
and that is going to affect FIFA, because when no one's watching it, no money.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that threatening the ban is just the others, the Super League teams, they're just laughing.
They're laughing at it. They panicked, didn't it? They just chucked it out there.
Exactly.
And Perez said he would make his own World Cup.
Exactly. So
that guy's a monster.
Patron.
He's thought of everything. He's been. Someone said on Twitter while he was doing the Ronaldo deal, he was doing the groundwork for this whole thing. He knew what was coming.
Exactly.
Another thing, what we said, remember we were saying earlier, Arsenal, they didn't care. when they're saying top four, your team gonna be in Europe this season, they didn't care because they knew there were bigger things to come.
They're frying big things. Nah, it's funny because it was happening right in front of our eyes, but no one would think it was coming straight away. But it was in our eyes.
They literally, probably with Man City, and when they got banned from thingy, they said, "You guys sort us out, get us back in this competition, give us a chance to win it, and we're signing up."
Isn't it? Like, even you see how obviously PSG.
How come we didn't get that deal though? We didn't get that.
So they said, brother, there's nothing we can do against that. Well, yeah. Obviously, as you're saying, I think you said PSG and Bayern are
Dortmund. Obviously, they've rejected it. But what was it? PSG have been given 10 was it 10 days or 14? 14 days to accept it, and
I feel
Bayern and Dortmund have been given 30 days.
Yeah.
So what do you lot think? They should accept it on what?
I feel like, obviously, PSG, I feel like with all that's going on, obviously their president and stuff I think he's part of
he's part of like the Qatar thing.
So obviously with the World Cup and that, he's seen the players banned and that, he might be like they're a bit wary. They're trying to creep around it, but I feel like obviously with PSG going for the Champions League as well, like they don't want any implications on themselves, but I feel like they're just giving themselves a bit of leg room. But I feel like PSG, they're gonna come round. Eventually, I feel like PSG are just gonna be like, you know what, we're going to the Super League. It's gonna come out just like yesterday. PSG is gonna put an official announcement. PSG have now decided to join the founding members.
It's only a matter of time.
Comunicado oficial.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing about Bayern and Dortmund, it's a lot harder for them to actually be part of the Super League. I feel like, because they've got the 50+1 ownership rule. So what that is that the fans are the majority stakeholders of the club. So the fans basically got the power of what happened. So if it's down to the fans, no fan is going to be saying yes to this Super League. So I feel like it's harder for them to actually be part of it. I feel like if it was just down to the owners, they would be under a lot more pressure. But you know, with the because they're owned like by the fans, they have to show like they're fighting against it. Like they have to show like that's what they can't. Their hands are kind of tied in that situation.
But I think as a fan, like you kind of want to. Obviously, no one. If you can, you don't want to be in it at all in it. But as a fan, you see all these big teams facing each other. You don't want to be facing small Leicester.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to miss out.
Yeah, you don't. At the end, you don't want to miss out. Even though you may be against it, you don't want to miss out. You want to be there playing against the big teams. So I think I think these German teams are eventually just going to fold.
That's what I think with PSG.
Yeah, PSG is going to fold it off. I don't know. Maybe with the fan thing, I don't know. Maybe they give fans a bit of money or something.
You see the PSG owners.
let me just give a quick off topic here. Obviously, shout out to Sadio Mane. He finally scored. He's finally scored. Big shout out. He's been looking for a goal for a long time. So just a quick one there.
1-0.
Yeah, 1-0. I think it's nearly half time.
I bet Marcus is out here celebrating.
Is it?
Yeah, it's half time.
But yeah, as I
Super
say,
League 1.
that's a good one still. But yeah, with PSG, the owners, these men didn't go and sign Mbappe, Neymar to not be in the Super League.
Lose them as well.
Exactly. You didn't tell me PSG, who want to be part of the elites, do not want to be part of Super League.
See, this is the thing, yeah. You're gonna tell me these 12 clubs, obviously not all of them have been up to at the top level in recent times, but you're gonna tell me if these 12 clubs now walk like Man United, like some of the biggest, Man United, Real Madrid, Barcelona, you're telling me if they leave the Champions League, the credibility of the competition is down the drain. It's done. You're left with PSG and Bayern and Dortmund. What? I don't know. Have Dortmund
they've won it once. They've won it once.
Dortmund's won it once, and Bayern have won it a few times.
Yeah.
So, and then PSG, they've never won it.
No.
So then you're left with those teams plus like teams who would be next in the line in Premier League: Leicester, West Ham. Who else? I don't know who else was in there. But you're gonna tell me you're gonna tell me these competitions like the Champions League would mean anything compared to the Super League. Like people will tune into the Super League. I'm not gonna lie. People say, I'm gonna boycott the Super League, but that's the football. That's the football you're gonna be watching. That's the football you want to watch. Even like with the Sky Sports thing, yeah. When the pay-per-view was £15, people were still paying the £15 to watch the game.
Exactly.
Not me,
People were watching
Not me,
it.
bro. Y'all be safe.
But it just shows
The
how
revenue don't lie.
it shows how fans are at the bottom of this whole tree. You're complaining about Super League, but you're there paying £15 for one football match.
What was it Burnley v Sheffield?
It was probably a 1-0 game, a 0-0 game. Like you was paying for nothing.
And this is during the pandemic as well, when people are struggling.
Exactly.
And you're charging £15 for a game that you could just put on for free because it wouldn't be aired on TV anyway. If the pandemic wasn't happening, those games would just be normal 3 o'clock kickoffs that only the fans would watch live, or you might get it on a.
It's not advertising.
And even in
It's not advertising.
Even in response to the Super League, didn't Sky air Liverpool's game for free today? The one that's happening now, they aired it for free.
Aired for free.
So why all of a sudden it's for free? It's
They're shaking. What? Sky started reading the things. They said, Super League, what's going on there? They started putting their own things, yeah. Then they saw the statement come out. We'll be airing it on Facebook, Disney. Sky's scrolling through. They're not seeing their name there. They said, what's going on? They start panicking. Like, you know what? Then they started seeing the tweets. Sky made us pay £15 for this, or this and that. They're like, you know what? They said the guy at the top said, no, just put it for free. Just put it for free. Just air it for free. We need to do something here. Get the views up or something.
Like people, they shouldn't forget what's really been happening. Like they've never cared for fans really. You're just there because you paid to get into the stadium. Like look at the pandemic. Everything's been online anyway. So it's kind of the future. Everything online anyway. Fans don't really. They want you to be there, but really and truly, the money is from TV deals and merchandise and that. That's where the real money is. So people should know that the fans, they don't even really think about you. And this is not even about Super League. It's about FIFA and UEFA.
Yeah.
Don't let them brainwash you into thinking the Super League don't care about you when FIFA and UEFA don't care about you themselves.
The thing with UEFA, they've been trying to do things like this from before. They've tried to do it themselves, but they just couldn't come up with the idea of doing it. They even came up, like, they were just looking for ways to make more money. They came up with that. They tried to propose the deal for that super tournament. Was it the Club World Cup kind of thing? When they said the 5 previous winners of the Club World Cup from Europe, and they would make a big tournament like at the end of the season.
Exactly.
That's all to make more money for themselves. They've got this UEFA Conference League now.
Wait, look how they just made the UEFA Nations League.
Exactly.
All the extra stuff is all for money. Don't be blinded.
Yeah, it's never for us, isn't it?
Exactly.
We're last in their minds, isn't it?
Exactly.
As long as the money's there, they don't really care.
Like,
you could be dead or
we
alive.
were fine with the Nations League is just another thing now. Like we were fine, but we never I don't think anybody was ever asking for something like the Nations League.
We're not even asking for a new format of the Champions League.
Oh yeah.
They said
I'm happy with the
it's
Champions
just extra
League.
fixtures. So what is it? Extra fixtures means extra money. So don't be blinded, people. That's all. That's literally what I'll say. Don't be blinded.
But moving on to like obviously with the domestic leagues, now what's gonna happen with them? Obviously we have the
So before you go that, just what people need to understand, capitalists love capitalism until someone does it better than them. Yeah.
What a quote.
Yeah, so obviously with the domestic leagues, obviously we've got the proposed ban, obviously the supposed ban of the top clubs, or the clubs in the 12 of the founding members of the Super League. Obviously there's a prospect of being without them, but obviously I don't think that's going to go through. But going forward, the domestic league with those clubs, I feel like it's going to be changed up a lot. I feel like there's nothing really to play for anymore in the league. All you're playing for is the Prem.
Exactly.
All you're playing for is is either the Premier League or the domestic cups.
Yeah.
I feel like with the Super League in place, clubs are gonna the authenticity of the FA Cup and especially the League Cup, which has already been going down the drain. The Carabao Cup, the Carling Cup, the Capital One Cup.
How many names do you want?
That's for money again, by the way.
Exactly.
I feel like those competitions are just gonna lose out because clubs are not gonna want to be playing their best players in those competitions already. With the Carabao Cup, the bigger clubs don't play their best players. I feel like it's just gonna drop now. Obviously now with the Premier League, if you're not fighting to win it, what are you fighting for?
Yeah.
You're fighting for the obviously you might be fighting for the Champions League, but then you've got these clubs that I don't feel like I don't know how it's gonna work. So what? I just feel like with this new Super League, the top six is just gonna be the top 6. Like it's just gonna stay with those top, like
Even
Liverpool, Liverpool, Arsenal, United, Spurs, Man City, and Chelsea. They're gonna be the top 6 teams. They're gonna keep fighting for the Prem.
The worst thing, I wouldn't really care to win the Prem anyway. Why? All the big 6 are in the Super League. I'd rather win the Super League than the Prem.
But then again, even that, you wouldn't want to play your superstars in the Prem because everything is for the Super League. You want the marketing, everything is for the Super League. So you want your superstars in the Super League.
You're not going to play your best team.
Exactly.
It's what is it? 300 million for participating in that season, and 500 million if you win it. And what in the Champions League, I think the winners get 80 million or something. 110 million. So the difference
just for participating.
The difference in that, like, you know, you're thinking, if I win the Prem, I might get this much money, but if I just participate in this Super League, they're already tripling how much money I get for winning the Prem.
So it's just
from a business perspective, obviously it's good, but I don't know. I just feel like fans.
So
I'm talking from a fan's perspective.
How's it gonna work? Like,
they're just suffering.
It's like what if the top 6 get top 6? Like, then what happens? Do they give Champions League to 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th?
That's how it is.
7th, 8th, 9th,
Basically,
10th.
13th, 14th are fighting for relegation, but
it?
somehow
You know
Europa League.
You know what?
Chaz.
I can't even. I can't complain. Obviously, I'm a Palace fan now, so hopefully, I think my club can push on
Europa,
for.
See yourself in Europe soon, fam.
Yeah, I feel like we can push on
I catch you at the airport. I'm going Barcelona away. You're going where? Slavia.
Nah, we'll probably be facing Ibar and them teams there, innit? Real Betis, they put out the new league table in La Liga without Real Madrid, Atletico, and Barca. I think they were third. Or something.
Sevilla would win the league, I think. Yeah, but I'm not. What was you saying then? How about speaking from a fan's perspective? What were you gonna say?
Yeah, I was just saying from a fan's perspective. I was like, I think it's just like ruining the game, isn't it? Like,
How so?
like I just don't think it'll be enjoyable to watch. Like, I think like watching the Prem will just be like the best game in the Prem will probably be like Leicester versus.
No,
West.
but the Premier League teams will still be in the Prem.
Oh, they're still there.
Yeah. That's what
we're
that's
saying,
what the Super League
we're
won.
basically saying that we don't think the team.
top six.
We don't think that the founding members in the Premier League. We don't think they will get banned. I feel like it's just a bluff.
Oh, you think?
I feel like FIFA and UEFA.
Did they say they're going to get banned from domestics?
Yeah, they did. They said
yeah.
They said that they will ban them, but I feel like the Super League have things in place which will prevent this from even occurring.
Basically, the Super League it's basically replacing the Champions League for the super teams. The super
like-
teams in it.
But they're still doing
It's
the
midweek
domestic
games, but
competition.
the domestics all on the weekend.
I feel like that's where
okay.
people.
Yeah.
I feel that's where people
There
at
was
the
a
beginning. I feel
confusion.
like there was
I
a
was
bit of
getting
confusion.
confused.
I feel like basically the way that FIFA and UEFA were trying to word it was that the Super League is like this new league that's gonna wipe out. Like they're gonna
Yeah.
go to their own new league, like
Yeah.
their own like they're leaving the Premier League kind of thing.
Yeah.
But obviously the way that the Super League is meant to be is just replacing the actual Champions League midweek, and there will still be Premier League on the weekend.
yeah.
But now obviously UEFA and FIFA are trying to say we're gonna ban you from competing nationally. We're gonna ban you from competing in the Premier League, which is not what the actual the idea of the whole thing was. The idea was just to get a more high quality, intense matches for midweek European fixtures, which was that's the overall idea of the Super League, which clubs were asking for from the UEFA Champions League, but hadn't been granted. And I feel like the clubs, they want their guaranteed money kind of thing. They don't want, like, obviously with the financial repercussions as owners, now they've been offered guaranteed money. Like, they can never be relegated. They're gonna offer guaranteed money to these clubs.
They should just pump all the money back into the Champions League somehow.
Yeah, but the Champions League is UEFA's.
Yeah.
And the super teams clearly not getting on with UEFA, because who is it? Juventus, Andrea Agnelli. He exactly. He stood down
was
from his
lying
role in
the whole
UEFA
time.
and went there. Man U,
Ed Woodward was part of
Chelsea, Liverpool. They all left there. Is it the
Their post,
ECA?
their post,
They all left. So it's clearly they don't get along. And
No,
then-
they left because they had to leave, to be fair.
yeah, they had to. But what's his name? The UEFA president was that. There's no way back. He said there's no way back.
No,
But that's how I feel. It's just a lot of they're just saying things.
just to scare.
Exactly.
And something we didn't, I don't think we touched on is that obviously, just I think only slightly, is that obviously there's the 12 founder members plus maybe an additional 3 plus another 5
Yeah, 20.
teams added each season.
Do they keep on adding another 5?
No.
no.
So
It's
the
just-
5 get
It'll
the 5
always be 20 teams competing.
the 5
They get
based
to-
on
they get to earn it,
achievement.
don't
they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 5 based on achievement. So what? So now if a team achieves well and the Super League said, yeah, we'll send you an invitation to be playing in this year of the Super League.
Bro, it's not
Now do they get kicked out of the league now if they accept that invitation? Like, what's gonna happen? Because
It's
some
probably
clubs
not going to be about achieving.
some-
Like, hey, let me see how much you made this year. All right, cool.
Yeah,
Come, jump in the
but
big
some
boys,
some
like,
some
pick up
clubs
more peas.
some clubs, yeah, they wouldn't be able to turn down the offer of a Super League.
Exactly. That's what I was saying earlier. If a team doesn't and accept it, another team will just say, yeah, we're accepting it. You're replaced. And like that, you're left behind.
Exactly.
Porto denied
Then-
it. Porto said, nah, we're not on it still.
But another team will accept it. So you can't be
Did you
angry
not
at the club for
Benfica,
accepting
yeah?
more money.
I swear Benfica's bigger than Porto. They're about the same minute, but I don't know if they are.
Yeah, another thing I wanted to touch on with the whole Super League is what about the players? Like, what do you think the players actually think of this whole Super League business?
I think they're oblivious to it. They didn't even. I don't think they even
I don't
knew
think
that.
they knew about it. But then now, what the position that they're put in is like,
They're getting punished for their owners.
yeah,
'Cause
they're being punished. They're
FIFA
saying
saying
like you've got players like like I've seen like quotes everywhere. Like it's a player's dream to actually compete in the Champions League, in the World Cup. These are players' kind of dreams, and now these bans are now kind of saying you can't play. You're not allowed to play. In this competition. Like, how do you think a player feels? And then what does a player do now? Do they now go and sign at like a Leicester or West Ham, where they might not be receiving as much money that like what they're ever going to receive?
These conversations have probably happened when the Champions League first got introduced. Because in 50 years' time, the players that will be playing now are saying, I want to win the Super League. I want to win the Super League. So it's just then the people are not thinking about now. They think about the Super League gonna have that status.
It's all history at the same time.
Exactly.
Because it's all history. Because 20 years ago, the Premier League was created, and that was based off a new TV deal to get more money for the bigger clubs.
Yeah. Exactly.
So now it's turned around. The tables have turned, and they don't like it.
Exactly. It's literally that.
All the new people growing up football, they wouldn't even care, fam. They think, rah, Super League. Yeah, I'm on that.
Exactly. Like players.
When you start telling your kids about the Champions League, you're saying, "What's that? What's that competition?"
You're old, bro.
What Champions League? Never heard of that. Messi played in Champions League? No, he didn't do it in the Super League.
Literally that.
Fist up your son for talking bad about Messi.
Harry Kane can never be Premier League top scorer now properly.
True.
It's like all of that stuff, but it's just that's why I'm not too against it, because in life, if you're gonna have to evolve anyway. So, like I said before, if the clubs didn't put this idea together, someone else would. It's they've just taken the initiative to do it. So yeah,
football's a growing sport at the same time, and it was always gonna evolve into something bigger. Clubs with since all these new look how transfers have evolved. First, players such as Rio Ferdinand and that were going for 20-something million. R9 20-something million. That was the world record signing. Now we got players like Maguire going for 80 million. Look how football's changed.
You know what it is? It's because it's a shock to us, because it all the like you said, the Premier League, it happened back in 1992, innit?
Yeah.
We wasn't born back then. Is the fact that history has happened in the present. So you just give us a couple of years, we'll probably get used to it.
Exactly. Like you were saying about the transfer record back then. People complained saying it's ruined football. They come now with this new thing saying football's ruined. Football will just move on. It's not ruined. It's just we're moving on. So it's just
maybe you just have to accept.
Do you know what it is? Maybe it's like adding like all the VAR stuff, all of that. Maybe people are just thinking, what next? VAR come in, all of this. Oh, they're just changing football maybe too much, too quick.
But it's a fast-paced life. The way football was 20 years ago, the way the business has changed, like, if you do not do this move now, you're gonna suffer.
You're gonna get left behind. Yeah,
you're gonna suffer.
You're gonna suffer if you don't. If the clubs didn't accept that, like they'll probably jumping at the opportunity to take the Super League, because it's gonna change their clubs. The clubs are gonna be so much better off with money wise, financially wise. Clubs are gonna be so much better off. So you just that's how they're probably looking at it, compared to how the fans are actually looking at it. Obviously, moving on to our next topic.
Fuck the Super League, by the way. Yeah, moving on.
I'm open to it.
I just wanted to make a statement. European Super Club Tottenham, one of the founding members. They, as of today, in the midst of all this drama, it came out that they sacked Jose Mourinho. Jose is out.
Jose's out.
You know, we were talking about a few weeks ago whether he should go or not.
He should pack his bags.
Here we are. 2-3 episodes later.
It was even last week still. Last episode.
He's sacked. We foretold the future.
I can't lie. You know what's mad? This is the first club he ain't won anything at.
Yeah, but you know what?
Him, though.
Moving on. We're going to talk about it in a second, innit? Obviously, the first thing. What do you think it was the correct decision to sack him?
In the moment, no.
Yeah, in the moment, I don't think it's the correct decision to sack him.
At that time, it's a bit mad still.
I feel like they could have waited, maybe end of the season, something. They could have waited to sack him, but just doing it now in the middle of in the midst of everything, in the middle of like the season.
At least
they
let him
got a
play his
season to
final as
finish.
well. Like,
Exactly.
I think
That's
It's
wild.
six
Got
days
mad.
before the
That's mad.
final. It's like the finals even mean anything because the Super League is about to come through. So it's like the finals just even meaningless to them. To sack your manager 6 days before a final, that's crazy. It's not like obviously he hasn't done as good as he should have, but he's made it to the final. It's not like he was that top 4 is not realistic for like it's still in a realistic shout for Tottenham. It's like they've fallen off, but they're not down and out.
Yeah, they're not a million miles away. They're 5 points away from 4th.
Yeah,
Exactly. So I just
There's
feel
7
like
games
I
left.
just feel like all the news came through. Daniel Levy, Jose Mourinho walked into the office this morning. He said, "No, what are you doing here?" I said, "I sent you the text yesterday. Don't come into work." What's going on? He's thinking probably
he got the text about
I said-
Super League.
Man said, pack your bags. Man said he gave me his bags and Jose Mourinho just had to go, fam. They said, probably say we're on to bigger things now.
So do you think it was Super League related or just by
I just
results?
I just feel like it's a bit of results. I feel like they're not happy with him, and now with all this Super League, I feel like they probably maybe they didn't want to sack Jose because of the £30 million that they have to pay him in compensation. But now I just feel like they have that more flexibility to sack him with the things going forward. Looking at things going forward,
I think it's bad that they've done it because even if they kept him, say they lost the final, didn't qualify for Champions League, in the Super League, I'm telling you now, Mourinho would be box office. You think him when he's doing, he'll be perfect for it.
Yeah.
He's
He actually
perfect
would.
for it.
He's an entertainer still.
Exactly. So it would have
One
made
of the
Tottenham.
biggest ones
the
as well.
the thing is about Jose Mourinho, yeah. Obviously, he said about he's been questionable. He's saying, he blames the players and stuff. Well, if you gave Jose Mourinho a £300 million transfer budget, he said go and get who you want. Jose Mourinho could build a solid team that he could work with.
It's true still.
But it's,
It shows that Spurs. I always think like, they ain't won a title since 2008. It just feels like they don't care
Innit?
to win a title. How can you sack your manager a week, 6 days?
Jose
before?
Mourinho, who wins.
Exactly.
He got them there.
manager.
He got them there.
How many finals has he lost in his career?
I don't know.
You could probably count him in your hands.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I think he's like the only manager. It might have been in domestic stuff only, but he's the only manager to beat Pep in a final.
Yeah.
So like, what are you doing?
That's why I feel it must be more than just the results. That's why
Yeah.
everyone's reporting. I think Fabrizio reported that it wasn't to do with the Super League, but I don't know, man. It might be.
I feel like
must
it's
be
just
something
I
else,
feel like
man.
this is a build up of everything, the results, and I just feel like with the Super League, I don't feel like it's a reason, but I feel like it's just a factor that it might have been a bit easier to get rid of him now.
Yeah, I agree.
Because obviously, if
they couldn't
if
afford
you have
it,
to give Mourinho £30 million, that's hurting your transfer budget.
Yeah.
Mourinho
next
30
season.
mil and his staff.
Yeah.
Do you know they're still paying Poch
Exactly.
They're still paying his wage. Yeah,
Installments.
they're gonna do that with Mourinho as well. But imagine that your two the two managers you sacked, you're still paying off. That's a bit mad. That's a bit mad. So
We're waiting for that Super League check to bounce.
Innit?
That's what-
Innit?
I think that's why they
Exactly.
sacked him.
that one-time
Yeah.
payment, they're done.
Bare of the clubs. Just moving back to it quickly. Obviously, quick note. A lot of these clubs are in debt. Like Man United, they've been in debt for the longest time, but they've been managing. But now with the Super League,
It all makes sense.
it's all being paid
Makes
off.
sense.
United are scum,
We're
man.
always
They're still
saying,
going to be in
we're
debt,
always
man.
saying Liverpool,
Innit?
FSG, innit? Liverpool. I'm always saying we ain't got the money. We know where the money's been going the whole time. Now
Innit?
it's funding that Super
It's
League.
Dan Kunki not investing. This is what he was investing in. This is
Wow,
what
it
were
makes
you
sense.
saying? Go on, what was you saying earlier? Barca, Real Madrid. There was
In it, they say, we ain't got the money. Florentino, he didn't care about
Aye,
investing
they
in the players because he was investing in that stadium for
It makes
Super
sense.
League.
It
Innit?
makes
It makes
sense. That's
sense
why they was
now.
giving Messi a stupid amount of money, fam.
Exactly.
Because they're going to make it back. Hey, Messi, hold that. We got
Saying,
that, fam.
because all these threats are like Barcelona, they can't afford this player. Barcelona are gonna go out and get whoever they want.
Exactly.
That's why
If
just
they-
buying anyone.
they say-
Dembele,
Innit?
Griezmann.
100 million them free guys.
Easy.
That money laundering.
See,
Paulinho as well.
Exactly.
That was
Exactly.
crazy, bro.
With Raiola, he's saying, this much for Haaland. Bro, they will throw that money down the table now.
Look how Morata was hoeing. going from all the top clubs to top.
50 million
yeah,
pounds
yeah,
was
Innit? Money laundering.
everywhere. The
Look
50
at
million was circling.
look at Man U. They bought Lukaku for what? 80 something? No, was it 60 something? Or
No,
something?
was that 75?
75. How much
yeah,
did you
that's it.
sell him to Inter? Around the same price.
Yeah.
It's
You got
money
it back from-
laundering. That Arthur deal.
I was surprised. I was like, what?
It doesn't make sense. That Arthur and Punic swap deal, money laundering.
Yeah.
These lot were doing this from the jump. Like Arsenal, that Pepe deal, installments. It's costing the Super League. Nah, they know what they're doing. It's funny to watch.
Even with Liverpool, that Thiago we do is 5 million per year for the 5 years.
That's it. For 5 million, you telling me they can't pay 30 mil straight. It's like, this is all. It's all part of the plan. They knew they were doing. That's why it's funny.
It was just all kept top secret.
Isn't it?
They had to make it look like stuff was still going on as normal.
Yeah.
They were waiting to change our lives forever.
That's what thing, UEFA guy said about Ed Woodward. Just lying in his face. We was all lying to bro. Even the you know the UEFA president. You know he's the godfather of the Andrea Agnelli's daughter. The guy that left. Imagine that man's basically fired me. Man just stabbed you in the back. It's finished.
Your own boys, fam, still.
Finished.
What is that Seferin guy? Innit? He's coming out of bare statements. This, that. He's panicking, fam.
Nah, that's
Man's looking at Sepp Blatter saying, "I can't help you here."
Exactly.
He can't even help you, fam.
Nah, man.
So, obviously, back to Mourinho. Where does he go from here?
I honestly don't know, man.
He might just cool off for a bit,
Have to
man.
join. He said football never finishes. So hope to see
Did you
Matt
see
Palace.
that little not the interview, but that little thing where Sky was following him.
Yeah,
Like he
yeah.
had something lined up already.
Did
fam.
it?
He said,
He's
I'm
joining
always
Palace still, end of the season.
Nah, man, that's what Chaz wants. I don't know why, but yeah.
And now he's joining Palace still.
I don't know. He gets sacked every way. Like
Yeah,
it's the same
like,
pattern. The
As
same way
United,
we all want Pascal. It's going to happen this way. It's going to happen.
I don't know why he was happy.
It
bro.
is.
Been
His ends
doing
in
that,
tears,
fam.
bro.
You
Been doing
experienced.
that.
You two have
I
experienced
know,
it first
but
hand.
do you know what? The thing about Mourinho, yeah, I feel like, maybe the Tottenham fans thought at least he's going to deliver us a trophy. We've been needing a trophy for a long time. Maybe, it's going to, it might go sour in the future. But if we can get our trophy now, at least we got something to hold on to. But now he hasn't
That
even
was
delivered the
Rubbed
trophy.
away from him.
Literally.
It was very harsh on him still.
Like, he's not the same Jose of old. Like, I
Innit?
think that's
Yeah,
why
no,
people
no.
still hold him to high regards.
Like,
Like,
football's
He can still
changed
win
as well.
trophies still. That's
Football's
the thing, I
changed as
reckon.
well.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
Mourinho
He hasn't
used to play
adapted
that
as well.
defensive football. He used to not like part of the bus, but he had them the solid team. Like the team always used to be solid. Don't concede goals. I feel like football's a lot more different. There's a lot more tactics. A lot more things have come out now.
I feel it's just a
hard
new
for him to
era.
keep
Like,
up. Yeah,
if you don't get on with your players, like it's done. Like you don't have to be the best tactician, but if the players like you, they will play for you.
Yeah.
yeah.
But in the old time, you needed the tactics. Right now, it's obviously tactics are there, but
It's vibes.
exactly.
It's Ole and vibes.
If that change room do not like each other, it's finished. You're not doing anything.
Literally, like what Pogba said. Like,
Exactly.
He'll just bench you and then he'll put you on the side for a bit. He won't tell you why you got benched.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
And I think,
yeah.
Go on.
Building on that. Obviously, I just wanted to know. I didn't actually get a chance to watch. Obviously, it was Mourinho versus Pogba. Pogba released the interview.
statement,
Just want to
yeah.
know a bit about what's going on there, and also if the viewers haven't seen it, so you can let them know about what's happened between.
oh yeah. So basically, he was talking about his relationship with Jose Mourinho. Like compared it to Oli, and he was just saying that like sometimes he would bench him and other players and not tell them why. Like he'd bench them, isn't it? And then and then he was just saying the difference between him and Oli is that Oli has, like, he pretty much said he has better man management without saying it.
yeah, exactly. If you need man management in this day and age, if you ain't got that, you're not getting anywhere. I'm sorry, you're not getting anywhere. That's what I think. You're not getting anywhere. Because look at Arteta. The players say they love him, but the guy's doing awful in the league. But the players like him, so he must be doing something right. Something must be going right in the long term.
True.
But if they didn't like him, he would have been sacked by now.
Yeah.
Look at Mourinho. Obviously, they're not in the top 4, but they wasn't doing so great. The players don't like him. He's gone. If the players liked him, probably would have stayed.
Yeah.
Look at everybody knows the way he's trained Ali. Ali is a big player in that change room. He's probably got bare friends in that change room thinking, Mourinho, I don't even care
Ali
about this
and
guy.
Bell, he's just treating them like some any old player. Like,
And they're big players in the change room. So if you're not on their side, a lot of players in the other players will think, this manager's wash. We don't want to care for you.
Mourinho, even in the past, he's had like a kind of like there's some big players that he has mistreated. I feel like there's players that like obviously there's players like De Bruyne, Salah, I think he had at Chelsea. He didn't like nurture them in the way that he should have, in which he could have made them like obviously
Martial.
much earlier, like made their
Martial,
careers
sure.
bigger much earlier.
Yeah.
Or like
If he doesn't
he has
like
a thing
it,
like even with Ali, we've seen what Ali can do before. Ali's been a top player, like playing for Spurs, but now he's just like a shadow of what he
I
even
don't know
used
why
to
he does
be.
that. He always beefs like the star.
Isn't
Star
it?
player, like, even at Real Madrid, like Casillas, Kaká.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Them
he
men were getting
falls out
bent.
with-
even falled out with Ronaldo as well.
Exactly. It's
yeah.
weird.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
why you go with the superstars?
Like, I don't know. Like,
He thinks he's a boss. That's why he thinks it's like everyone loves him. Like in 2000.
I swear, in the end, that Chelsea, him and Hazard didn't really want really.
Yeah, Hazard wasn't playing for him.
It's like
See, what's good?
it's like
Don't know.
the thing about Mourinho, it just always ends sourly. He always
Yeah.
just gets sacked. It's never like
Because he's
you
a
know,
sour person as well. That's the thing. Yeah, I think he's got a mad ego.
it never
It's
just
clear that he's
ends
got
like
ego.
even if sometimes if someone gets sacked, it might be like but with
It's always
him
a
it's
saga.
it's always something like now it's built up like it's not just one sacking, it's 2, 3, it's 4, it's
Isn't it?
like it's this 6th sacking.
Isn't it?
It's the 6th one. Like you're not gonna see like with Pep. He didn't win the Champions League at Bayern,
No.
but it's not like it ended on like a bad kind of thing.
He didn't get sacked. He just left.
Exactly. With Jurgen Klopp, obviously he done what he did for Dortmund. The Dortmund people still love him for what he's done for the
Yeah.
club. He did get sacked, or I think kind
Just
of
left. Yeah.
left kind of thing. Like but with Mourinho, it's just sackings.
Exactly. Is that he wants it this way? So he gets the payoff. He ain't resigning.
That's what it is. He wants a 30 mil straight into his
Exactly.
account.
That's the first thing he puts in the deal. How much am I getting if I get sacked? That's the first thing, and then he patterns
He'll
it from
give
there.
you two, three good seasons, and then he's off.
Not
he
even,
gives it-
not,
he
not
gives it
anymore.
6 months.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Not
He gives
anymore.
you a little spell.
Was
like-
it the only good spell that he had was I think it was the Inter. I don't think.
Yeah,
he
that's
got-
the yeah
He
yeah.
didn't get sacked for that one.
And
He
obviously
he just
Porto.
moved. He just moved to Real Madrid.
The Real Madrid one, when we brought him back from Real Madrid, it was a mutual thing
Yeah.
still. Like all parties
Yeah, yeah.
agreed for him to come back still.
But even his second spell at Chelsea, sacked.
Sacked,
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, I
him.
think from his second spell, he was done.
Yeah, that-
from there,
literally.
everyone could have boycotted him from there still. But
but
he's a serial win. He did win
Ex-
shit with United.
exactly.
So
That's the
Super
thing.
League.
He will.
But-
For me, he will still get a job just because who he
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
He
yeah.
still get a job.
But where do you think he'll go? Like,
I don't know.
You have to wait
I
and see.
don't know.
I don't know what club's gonna take that gamble.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think, it's tight still. It has to be. I don't know. It can't be a big club, surely.
Yeah, but then do you think those clubs could afford the packages that Mourinho might ask for?
True.
Because then it's not just Mourinho; it's the background staff as well that he's gonna bring in. So
Yeah.
he's not gonna want like say if he because for is it Palace, isn't it Sammy Lee? Isn't he
No.
like the assistant or
Now
was it
Sammy Lee's West Brom.
West Brom? So who's
At Palace is Ray Lewington.
Ray? That's it, Ray
Yeah.
Lewington. So you're gonna tell me that now he's gonna be like, yeah, you're off.
Yeah,
and
that's
bringing in like
Who's really? Oh, it's the assistant.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Oh, because he's gonna bring his own guys.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's go-
that's
he's
how-
gonna
that's
wanna
how it
bring-
is, though.
He's gonna bring his own
Them-
guys.
some of
in.
them majority cut. One or two end up staying.
Yeah, but obviously with obviously just said that because obviously with Ancelotti, he kept Ferguson.
Yeah.
and stuff.
Mourinho would not keep Lewington.
No.
Fam. That's Roy Hodgson's boy. They've been together from day. I think they even played pro together. That's boy still. What is it? Player
Play
of
to
the
watch, is it?
Yeah.
I think it's I don't even know the
Bro,
fixtures.
man.
Man.
Isn't it?
Give me a
Su-
second.
Super League is taking
For real.
over the
Exactly.
world
We've
right
done-
now.
I don't even know what the score in Liverpool is right now. Let me check that quickly.
Don't
While
worry, next season
Still-
Oh,
next week
still 1-0.
we'll be doing Player of the Week for Super League. Won't be
Yeah,
doing the
yeah,
Premier
yeah.
League stuff. Busted.
We'll be deciding who's gonna be
The
in
thing-
the next
yeah,
draft.
In it,
So
in it.
what
That's
happens-
a draft pick,
like,
fam.
obviously, just because I'm looking at the Liverpool game now. So what happens now? Even if Liverpool do get top 4, does it even matter? The Super
don't
League,
know.
the Super League from August 2021. So does the top 4 even matter anymore?
Who
Can Liverpool
knows,
just
man?
are they just playing like? Is it just for fun now? because Man City have
That's
won the
kick about
league.
now, isn't it?
Man City basically won the
Fitness, innit?
league. So
Yeah,
what is it?
They've won the last Premier League title.
Exactly. It's just fun and games now. In the because we ain't going to the Champions League next year.
Yeah.
So do
don't
I even
know.
care if we win or lose now? We ain't playing for nothing.
For some reason, I'm just holding out. I'm keeping hope for this is just one nightmare. I just wake up. Wake up, heavy
You haven't
breathing.
got the fixtures yet.
So you're never gonna wake up then.
Yeah.
This is reality.
This is it now.
I don't know the fixtures.
Isn't
I'm
it?
getting out now.
Chelsea playing tomorrow. I don't know.
Does anybody?
Is this
Does
all
anybody
Prem?
know who they're facing or?
Chelsea beat
Ooh.
Brighton tomorrow.
I'm gonna go for next week one. I'm gonna go for Jesse Lingard playing against
Who they got?
Chelsea. 5:30 kickoff on
Oh,
Saturday.
Chelsea are playing tomorrow.
We're playing
Yeah,
2
but
minutes.
There's a couple of games. Ooh.
Oh yes, it's the two week game
Yeah.
week thing.
It's
Double
looking
game week.
techie. You know
I'm
what?
just still going with Lingard,
Is it?
man. Still
Yeah, I'm going with
Lingard.
Kelechi.
Ah,
Senior
man.
Senior
Got in there
man.
before
West
me,
Brom at home.
Oh, you need to slap.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get a couple goals.
So you lot picking.
I'm looking at the
Broski.
games. I'm looking at the games.
Boy to boy. Boy
Do you know
to
what?
boy.
Not
I'm
sure.
gonna go with Richarlison. Feel like he's had an alright season, but I feel like he could do a bit better. So I just feel like don't know. I just want to everyone keep an eye on Richarlison this week and see how he does. Because the thing about him, I feel like he's still like at Watford. He was really rough. Now he's at Everton. He's a bit more refined, but I still feel like he has a bit more to give.
Yeah.
As a football player, I feel like he's still got a lot more potential in him to be a better player, to be like a much better player.
Yeah,
Whether
I
he
agree.
finds that at Everton or in the Super League, then we have to leave that for another day.
What, is Maddison back fully?
He came on. He played against Southampton. Still,
Yeah, Maddison's still fighting for that Euro spot, even though
I don't think he's
Is
going.
it gonna happen? Or?
even if he has to go.
Oh, yeah.
Surely he's going.
No, but Leicester's not part of the Super thing.
Yeah, so he has to go.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
going.
He has to go.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
going. So like, that's a quick thing before we wrap it up. So what happens to these players now? What are they gonna join Super League teams? The likes of like Maddison,
1,000,000%.
Jack Grealish.
1,000,000%.
Sancho.
They have to because
Haaland
They
has
bet-
to be in the
Haaland,
Super
like,
League.
the only
Sancho,
the only
Mbappe.
way they can play against them is preseason friendly. You're gonna be watching
Yeah.
your guys play against them, and you can't play. You're gonna be fighting to go
Yeah,
there.
yeah, it's true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, what are they gonna do? Like a obviously seen the fantasy draft picks.
It's actually mad. It's probably be something like that. It's just gonna get bare
Mbappe's
Americanized.
finally gonna put on the Arsenal shirt to carry on Henri's legacy.
Who?
Mbappe.
I'm dead.
That's only if
Or
you get the first
regen.
draft picked in it.
Yeah,
be
we're
mad,
getting
though.
it. We're getting
Imagine
it.
all the
man.
best
It's
players.
usually-
in one
it's-
season.
It's usually the worst team that gets
No,
the
don't
best.
do that. No.
It's usually the-
Arsenal,
Yeah, isn't it
alphabetical
like-
order.
no,
Alphabetical
NBA or
order.
something.
It's usually the
The worst team
wackest
gets
team
the
that gets
best pick.
the first pick,
Yeah.
fam. So,
Exactly. That's
Okay,
shout
that
out,
means
though.
Over
Tottenham
to
are getting it first.
no, it's over.
Arsenal,
Tottenham.
Arsenal,
Tottenham.
Arsenal,
Schalke and Arsenal.
Schalke and Arsenal.
Tottenham.
You be seeing.
AC Milan as well. They go before us.
Yeah.
But nah. Mbappe, he's gonna.
He'll be there one day or
On-
another. Haaland, he'll be there one way or another.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, them two and Foden, they're the three of the biggest names of like young potential going forward in football. So if there's any sort of new Super League, they have to be involved.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, innit? That
Bro,
Nigeria
how
call up
do
still
you-
waiting.
like,
Still.
How do you know, bro? Your time's done.
He's only 20. Still 20.
20 Nigeria. They don't need to know.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, that's all. That's all we got time for today. But make sure, as always, like, comment, subscribe,
All of that.
all of that.
Good shit.
Make sure you know on the
Garu
Apple-
Boyz on all socials.
Yeah, Apple Music, Spotify. Keep listening.
Tune into our live reactions to the Super League when it first comes out.
Yeah, we can get that done anyway. We can get that done.
Yeah.
Just make sure you hit us up, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Peace.
In a bit.